Hi, I'm Ruth. I'm a designer, illustrator and tutor here at the National Design Academy. Today I'm going to be talking about concepts and the three main elements that go into a concept and the best way to communicate them within a design project. I'm also going to show you a few examples of this within the industry. So there are three main elements. The first is story, the second is the main concept, and the third is the symbolism of that concept. The story is essentially what you see on the surface of a design. It could be the main use for a design. So if it were a building, it could be a school, hospital, shopping centre, anything. It's your immediate impression. And it's usually the impression that lasts with you as well. The concept is the hidden meaning behind a design. So it's usually the designer's main inspiration as well, the backbone of the project a lot of the times. Usually the deeper meaning behind the design. The symbolism is basically the results of the concept. So it's the features of the design or building or interior scheme that really shouts that concept out there and really represents it. So if that's a little bit confusing, I'm going to show some examples. And the first example is probably one of the clearest ideas of concept. The Bullring in Birmingham was designed by Future Systems in 2003. The Bullring on the surface is a shopping centre. It has a very large Selfridges. It has an incredible amount of retail shops, and you may not have known this, but is inspired by a Paco Rabanne dress from the 60s. The symbolism of this concept is the beautiful large metallic discs and the form of the building, which is meant to represent the sequins and the way that the dress falls on the model. So there are a lot of different opinions about this building. It is a little bit like Marmite in the industry, but now that you know the concept and the context around the design, I wonder if it makes any difference to the way that you feel about it. So this isn't the only example either of really strong concepts and designs, and we can see it a lot in graphic design and logo design as well. The Shelter charity logo, designed by Johnson Banks in 2004, was meant to represent the charity in a conceptual way. So you can see from the logo that the iconography is incredibly clear as soon as you see it. The H in the logo looks like a house. This concept is incredibly effective. It can really make the logo pop out in quite a crowded high street of charity shops and really communicates that purpose of the charity. Another fantastic example of this is the Grotto Sauna by Partisans Architects in Ontario, Canada. The coastline of this area has beautiful large watery caves, which has been represented here with the beautiful organic forms and circular windows. This concept is incredibly strong and very motivational as well. You can tell that the designers really had a clear idea of the concept here, and it has resulted in an incredibly beautiful interior scheme. So how can we put these all together in a way that we can understand the three elements a little bit easier? So the Bullring, as we've already figured out, has the story of a shopping centre. The concept, of course, is the Paco Rabanne dress, and the symbolism being the metallic discs and the way that the building is formed. The Shelter logo on the surface in the story is just a charity logo, very clever one at that. But the concept, of course, we know is housing, and the symbolism is the house in the logo. The Grotto Sauna, of course, on the surface is just a sauna. The concept is those beautiful Ontario caves surrounding the landscape, And the symbolism is shown through the circular windows, the timber that has been clad around in organic curved forms, and the general atmosphere in there that really represents those caves. So if these three examples have such clear concepts within them, why do we see so many uninspired and uninteresting designs, whether they be architecture, interior design, logo design, graphic design? Well, sometimes it can be that we can't see the concept. We don't have the history or the context behind that building, so we just can't see the concept or the symbolism. But unfortunately, in some cases, it's because there is no concept and functionality is more important than aesthetics. Think of buildings and interior schemes of high street chains or restaurants, leisure centres. Functionality is more important there than any design concept that could go around it. But we know that the most inspired and inspiring buildings and interior schemes do have a concept. And this is why we really encourage our students to make sure that they establish a concept early on in the design so that you have something to fall back on, a backbone to the project. And I can guarantee you that it is incredibly motivating. And if you ever feel that designer's block, or if you ever feel like you're getting stuck with a project, you've always got that concept to go back to. So I hope you found this video on concepts interesting and useful, and hope to see you again for the next video.